Good afternoon, Flosstube. Today is Thursday, April 16th, 2020, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth Ann, and this is Stitching by Twilight. First off, I'm going to get this done right out of the box, right out of the gate. A lot has happened. A lot has happened since my last video. We all know what's going on. Everybody's living it. All over the world, everybody is living it. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I just want to say that I hope and pray every day that everybody is safe and well and learning to adapt, if that's the right word, to this new normal. Sadly, I don't think this new normal is going to be temporary. I think a lot of things are going to change because of this. Some for the better, some not so better. But just take it day by day. That's really all any of us can do. I know people with anxiety, it's really wreaking havoc with them. I'm one of them. It hasn't been fun for my anxiety level. It hasn't been fun for my depression sometimes, in a way. The only thing that's kept me sane has been my stitching and hanging out on virtual stitchers every night with a bunch of people. Even if it's virtually, the fact that we can still connect with people and laugh and just be together. It's the best thing. If you can't be with people physically, the technology now is awesome. It's completely amazing. You know, memes all over Facebook and everything. Some of them are hysterical. One of my favorites is, be happy this didn't happen in the 80s with, not a lot of TV channels and no internet and no technology, really. So yeah, there's good parts and there's bad parts, but it is what it is. So let's get down to business and talk about cross stitch. Lots and lots of cross stitch. I've had 3 new starts. 3. 2 were planned. One is the modern folk embroidery that I talked about in my last video. I was just waiting for my silk to come in, and it came in 2 days after my last video. So yeah, that promptly got started like that day. And another was a planned start, which is my market purchase, which I'm saving for last because that's a sweet special little thing. And then the third start was just, let's start something. So I got a couple of hashtags to add to the below. But let's start off with the current whips, and then we'll move into the new starts. And I am going to share my other 2 half hanks of silk that I got when I got the silk for the modern folk embroidery, because they're just so pretty and I want to show them off because they're just so pretty. And yeah, we'll talk about the silk when we get more to it, because that's, yeah, I've fallen down that rabbit hole now too. Squirrels everywhere. Okay, the first one that I worked on was Autumn Dream. I don't have the cover, but you all know what it looks like. I tossed the bag over in my recliner without even thinking that I needed the cover photo. Oh well, it is what it is. Deal with it. I wasn't even going to film today. It was bright sunshine and beautiful when I woke up. Took a shower, did my chores, all the things that I had to do before I started, and then all of a sudden, clouds everywhere. So I apologize in advance for the lighting situation being crappy. I blame Mother Nature, because it wasn't like this when I woke up. I had high hopes for today. It was not like this. But yeah, I swear. This is the third time in 2 weeks that I've tried to film. And every day I wanted to film, it was cloudy and dingy. And I'm like, why? So it is what it is today. So hopefully it's nice and bright. I got a light behind me without the shade on. So hopefully you can get the gist of the colors and stuff like that. Okay. Autumn Dream. Sorry, I'm not getting up to get the cover picture, because if I get up off this chair, there's no way I'm going to get back on this chair. My back does not like this chair. I have to figure out something. If I could do this Flosstube from my recliner, I would do it from my recliner, but it's just not going to happen. So I have to settle for this chair, but yeah. My back will not be happy with me later. Okay. The last time you saw this, I don't have another picture of it, but the last time you saw this, I hadn't got the wreath together yet, like pieces meet. Now the wreath is together. It's all right there. All together here. I worked on fixing all this, putting it all together, finishing this, because this was only half done, this flower or leaf, and then worked over into here. But that is Autumn Dream, and like I said, I'm pretty close to finishing this. I had to do, I think, between the two challenges, Daily 30 and Magical Stitches, I had to do a combination of, I think it was 400 or 500. So I'm pretty happy. I got the wreath. Is everything met up? Yes. I did a little internal happy dance because everything met up properly. So that is that one. I love this. I can't wait for it to be finished, but at the same time, I don't want it to be finished because I love it so much. And it's so much fun to stitch. And the next one is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. You all know it. You all love it. Since the last time we had met, I finished block 3. And I forgot to dim it. I'll learn to, have everything right and have everything set and ready to go before I film a Flosstube, but, don't count on it. Don't count on it. But there's block 3. This was a lot of fun. I did make 2 changes. Yikes. I did make 2 changes. Hopefully there will be a printer in my future. Pretty soon, hopefully there will be a printer in my future. It will be very welcome. But as I said, I did make 2 changes. If you can see right here, the kind of herringbone or chain looking border here, There was a, what is it? Yeah, in the original one, there's a diamond underneath the bowl in the corner. I didn't like it. I just didn't like that lonely old diamond sitting there, and I liked the border that was around the frame. So I just took it and extended it down and around, and I think it came out really, really, really good. Um, Trying to do with the glare. There we go. Um, but yeah, this was a lot. I liked this block a lot. The pineapple and the apples in the bowl and the pears. The pears are gorgeous. I love the two-tone color of the pears. And so that's block 3. And I've moved on to block 4, another grade 2 listed mansion, according to the Bucket Woman. Not as big as the first grade 2 listed mansion. It's slightly downsized, but still a good size. And this, between block 3, finishing that, and getting to where I am in block 4, was a lot of challenges. A lot of 400s, 500s, even a couple of 600s were thrown in there. A lot of stitch count. We'll get into the stitch count, total stitch count for February towards the end. But here's where we are on block 4. I've got the house all done. I just got to put the bow on the door, the wreath on the door, and then I got to do the hatching half stitches that are along this. And then just tons of snowflakes and a deer sailing over the thing. And I did, again, start the block below and the block beside it, just to continue on. It helps with my counting. And when I start the block, I know that I'm going in the right direction. This one is not going to have as much progress as it has had, for a couple of reasons. One, I kind of think I need a little bit of a break from it. While I love it and I love stitching on it, I've primarily blazed through that. And I had set that in my WIP Go board. My goal for that was 3 blocks. So basically I've met my goal for this year on Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. So it will come out as challenge dictates. If I have the need for it, that something else won't fit to it. But it's probably not going to be plowed through stitch-wise as it has been. And it'll still get worked on, but it's not going to be as much, because if my bank account grows, which I'm hoping it does very shortly, there's going to be quite a few new starts for Mania. They might not be started. Depends on when it gets deposited, and I get the stuff ordered and it gets sent. But hopefully I can get it fairly soon into May, that I can start it and do. So it's still gonna work. I'm still gonna do it, but there's other things that are grabbing my attention right now, which leads us to the first new start. And it was shown off in haul in last video. And this was my Caroline of Off the Grid Needle Arts. She has a group called Friday Off the Grid. she had started this thing the weekend after my first video. I mean, my last video. First video. Ugh. And it's called Self-Care New Start. And with everything that has been going on and is going on, she said if your anxiety level will let you have multiple WIPs and you feel the need that you want to start something, start something. So between that and my WIP group that I'm in, we got new starts. And I just decided, why not? It's kitted up, it's ready. Do it. So I started Forever and Ever. I wasn't going to start this till Mania. I have no willpower. Absolutely none. So, you know, the fact that I waited, you know, that I was actually trying to wait till Mania, that was a feat in and of itself. But yeah, no, didn't work. And I'm not sorry. Does this look like it's a face that's sorry? No, I'm not sorry. Okay, I got a lot done on this, and I was actually able to fit it into quite a few challenges too. So there is Forever and Ever so far. I am doing this one. All right, we're just gonna have to do this. I am doing this one a little different. With Autumn Dream, I bled into other pages, and it proved to be a little bit of a bear because I had to frog some stuff. So I have decided that I am just gonna, I stopped at the end of this page and then I'll continue on this way. But I've got this flower done. I've got half of the Mama Cardinal done. All the vine, there's the feet of Papa Cardinal. That's how I knew them growing up. The red one was Papa Cardinal, and the beautiful brown and rust colored one was Mama Cardinal. So I still refer to them as that to this day. And there's the tail on Papa right here, and then I'll start working into him. But I love this series so much. They're so much fun, and they're a lot bigger than you think they are, than they look in the picture. They're, I think it's, what is it? 159 by 159. And this is all DMC. I'm not a big fan because I can't see the definition. Like, you can see in the picture here, you got the definition of the two colors in the cardinal. There are two colors of DMC in this that are vastly different when you put them side by side, but when they're stitched together, they're not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order the two variegated floss that Papa Cardinal is stitched in. They're both Weeks Dye Works. One is Crimson and the other is Red Rocks. So I'm going to order that, and I'm going to frog all of Papa Cardinal that has been done, and then I'm going to redo it in the Fancy Floss because I want that definition. I want the separation between the two colors because that's the way cardinals look. So, I mean, Mama Cardinal, I'm thrilled to bits with her. She's gorgeous. I love the definition and stuff, but this is, I just love this. It's so pretty. And it's stitched on 32 count, is it 32? Oh no, 28 count. Springfield Sage Lugana by Zweigart. And the color didn't show up really good in my last video, but it's showing up now. It's just a really pretty pale, kind of sage green, gray, pale. It's really, really pretty. I'm thrilled because all the colors just pop off of it. Even the greens, which I was surprised. I thought I would have like a little bit of trouble, especially with one of the light greens, but the light greens are sandwiched in between two different colors of green, so it's really not a problem. And start number 2, which was my planned start, which is modern folk embroidery. I was just waiting for the silks to come in. And the silks, oh my stars, I'm hooked. I'm hooked, like seriously hooked. And this is the color. I'm gonna try to do it so you can see it, because it's got gorgeous color, gorgeous variegation between the two colors, and I'm gonna try to feather it out a little and then put it on this and see if you can get the colors. Yeah, a little bit. Thank you, Mother Nature. Not, but it's just a really pretty cranberry and chocolate brown combination, and stitching it is wonderful. I always heard people say that when you stitch with silk, it's like butter. It's such a treat and a joy to stitch with this. Like I said, I'm completely and fully hooked, and I want to do more things in silk. And there's other things that are going to be done in silk. I'm already planning that. This has got quite a lot of progress on it. This is, I think this is the January block finished. Yes. This is the January. This was the January block. The January section finished. And I also finished February as well. And I think this is actually part into February. Right there. Whoops. There we go. And this is into February. Now I'm into March. I've completed completely January and February. And I'm into March now. So, but you can see quite a bit because it's in a bigger Q-snap. And I worked on this last night, 250 stitches last night, 256. And then, of course, as you can tell, a ton before that. But there is my progress on my modern folk. I love this. I love the motifs. I love the way things are centered. I love the way the silk is just, it is just amazing, amazing to stitch. I'll show a picture in a minute of what the finished will look like. But it's just, and you can't see, which I'm kind of upset about, but the variegation, if you look at it close up, you can see the dark to the chocolate to the cranberry, and it's just, I love it to bits. I love it to bits. And the fabric is 32 count platinum Lugana by Zweigart. I wanted something neutral, but not too dark, because the floss, the colors in the floss are dark. So I wanted something that would make them pop, which they do. And this also is a great color and a great neutral for samplers. I'm planning on starting quite a few samplers, so you're going to see that color a lot, the 32 count platinum, because it's just perfect for samplers, as you'll see when I show the next one, which is my happy one. This is my market one. This is the one I was talking about, that as soon as I saw it, I had to. Couldn't not do it. Hands Across the Sea It is big. The stitch count is 303 by 324, so yeah, it's big. And it's all full cross, but as Jessie Marie says, the specialty stitches aren't as scary as you think. So I'm going to attempt that at some point. I really want to do Anatong Ufendel. So I have to get over my fear of specialty stitches because she's got a few of them. Ones that I've never done. Some I have, and I can do those, but it's the other ones. But this is my first market. Hopefully Mania will include 2 or 3 more from market. But A. Thomas, 1882, the Nellies. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I didn't even care if it had specialty stitches when I saw this, before I read about it and found out that it didn't. But even if it had, I had to. I simply had to do it. It is beautiful. The Nellies, or Ellies, I call them Ellies, but in Britain they're called Nellies. And just the colors and the border of the poppies, just, it is just, there's no words really. And the quote, it might be a little morbid to some, but it's not to me, I guess. It's, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Like I said, it's a death quote, but it's not morbid to me. It's part of the Bible. So, and where it was part of the Bible, I started this on Good Friday. Because if you know that when Jesus was on the cross, he uttered that quote. So it was kind of perfect to start for Good Friday. And I worked on it Easter Sunday, and I worked on it the night before Easter, and I've worked on it every day pretty much since I started it. I've finished page 1, and I'm into page 2 now. And I have to use this to finish off the Stitch or No Stitch for Semi-Sane. So these are the colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I did get 2 silks for it. One I'm going to use, the other one I might not use. Because at the time when I ordered this, one of the greens was out of stock, and then it came back in stock, so I had put the green and the silk in there just in case. Oh, I didn't cut that. Okay, I'll have to cut that later then. But these are the beautiful, beautiful colors. Just DMC. Just DMC. And they're just, this red is, oh, everybody asks, what red is that? It's DMC 321, Christmas red. It's just, the colors are just, they're stunningly gorgeous and pale. And the only, I mean, you do have a couple of brights. You have the big bright blue, and then you have the Christmas red. And like I said, I did get the 2 silks. One I'm definitely going to use, which is, I wanted to do it all in silk, but it's just not in my budget to do it. There's like 14 or 15 colors. Yeah, it's not in my budget. But I still wanted it to have a little bit of a special feel to it, and a little bit of kind of like make it my own type thing. So I got the silk, which is a Verissois. Beautiful. Oh my God, it's so soft. It's 4114, and it's like a grayish brownish kind of color. The DMC equivalent is 840, but this is what the elephants are going to be. Let me flip it. There we go. This is what the elephants are going to be. Sorry for the finger. So I'm going to do the body of the elephants in the silk, and then the rest of it will be in the DMC. And I might use the green silk that I ended up having to get, just maybe scatter it around in some of the stems and leaves and things like that. I might use it in the mountain because it calls for it to be used in the mountain, and there's a big chunk of color in that, so I might use it down there, but I don't know yet. And one thing I absolutely love about these is the separate floss card, and it came with this little tassel, so I punched a hole into the floss card and attached the pretty little tassel. And the back of the floss card, there we go, has all this information. It has stitched by, and then you can put your address down, the day it was started, finished, the day it was finished, the linen used, the threads used, the stitch count and stitches used, and then any modifications, like where I'm going to do a couple of the silks instead of the DMC and or incorporated it with the DMC. But I love this little kind of keepsake that you can look back on, and all the information is, you can just put it right there, and I love it. I've always seen people show off the books, the Hands Across the Sea books, and I never, I couldn't wait to see them for myself. And the thought and care and that Nicola does when she puts these together, because I mean, there's like a 4-page story on the Nellies and Jumbo from the Barnum and Bailey. Beautiful picture of a regal royal Indian elephant. Just so beautiful. And the chart, I can't show you, but I mean, clear, and I've never seen a chart as clear as the charts in these books. Amazing. This will not be my last Hands Across the Sea book by any means. And I also love that, it's a book, and you can keep it, because the story is wonderful. I've read it twice since I've gotten it, and it's just, I love it. Absolutely love it. So, without further gabbing, A. Thomas, 1882, The Nellies. Page 1 is complete, and I'm working on, this is all page 2. Half of this poppy here, and then the rest of the vine and flowers and stuff, and then there's what else is on page 2? Oh, I start over here, the border, and then the words, and then a few, like, here's the head of the angel, and then across will be a few things. But it is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've heard people say that there are charts when they stitch it. They just, it just makes them very happy. And, they smile, and this is the chart for me. This is the one. Every time I stitch on it, I get such a nice feeling. Just sit there, stitch on it, and it's I can't describe it, but it's a happy chart. It's a very happy chart, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get this done and get it uploaded and yeah, sit in the recliner and make some more progress on my Nellies. She's just gorgeous. My grime guard I had bought last year, and I actually think it just goes perfect with the colors because they're the same, almost the same colors, and the kind of Indian. There's like Indian motif in it, so it's perfect. And then of course my Hands Across the Sea wooden minder, and then this minder came from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a cabochon tree. So, but that's the beautiful Nellies, and yeah, makes me very happy to stitch on that. I couldn't wait to start this. As soon as I figured out that, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Originally, I had said that I was going to make it my New Year, New Start, but the more I was thinking about it, talking about it, I knew I wouldn't be able to hold out. How many months until New Year, New Start? So yeah, like I said, I have no willpower whatsoever. And Virtual Stitchers has also done a sal for April for Market Start, either past year's market or this year's market. So that also fell into that. And just, it's going to be a short video today because I don't have haul yet. Like I said, I'm hoping that changes very soon. Because there's a couple of priorities that I have to get. I have to get an air conditioner because I live in an old school, so it's brick, and if you've ever heard the term brick oven, this is it. So yeah, Mama needs an air conditioner. Yeah. So, and then a printer because can't go anywhere and print anything out. Senior center is closed to people, library's closed, Staples closed, so I have to find a way, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do my stitching and get my printer, and it'll make life a lot easier because Hands Across the Sea is a 27-page book. And I'm using that right now because I can't make copies of it. So I have it folded over in half, and I have it in a page protector because I do not want this thing ruined at all. So I'm just, every time it's like, and it's very awkward, you know, because it's a book. I can't prop it up. I can't attach it to my magnet board. I can't put it on my clipboard because I can't see it if I put it down too far. So yeah, yeah. Printer, nice printer. Okay. March for stitching. All those days. Didn't miss one, but I did miss one for April. I stitched 17,638 stitches for March. And like I said before, you know you make progress, and you know that you're seeing the progress, but you just don't understand the amount that you sit and stitch until you calculate it and add it up every day. And it still blows my mind. Boom. Okay. Last thing. Well, next to last thing. When I ordered my silk for Modern Folk, I decided to just get a couple of half hanks of different silk. I'm actually going to have to get some more for Modern Folk. The half hank I don't think is going to be enough. But when they get back, I have enough to get quite a ways, but when they get back into the thing, I'm gonna order just a full hank of it because I'll find use for it somewhere else. But this is one that I ordered that, oh, look at how pretty that is, and so luscious. And yeah, you can see the slight variegation between the two colors. Just so pretty. This one is PR006, and oh, look at that, so pretty. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna use this on yet. I'm thinking of you know, something flowery, monochromatic, obviously. I haven't found something in Long Dog that I like that would look good with this, so I might just like go to Modern Folk because they have a lot of monochrome samplers, like the Modern Folk, the one that I'm doing now. So it would be you know, something that I'd probably put it on either a blue fabric or gray fabric, because pink and gray is one of my favorite color combinations together. And this one just caught my eye, and this one's going to end up being used for the Linens and Threads 2020 mystery sale. I'm not going to start that right now. Probably wait further into the year to start it, but it's going to go on antique white or cream. I might do cream. I kind of like the idea of cream. But this is PR00090, and look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's purple. You got like a teal blue, and it just goes into, it becomes like a pale purple, and then a dark purple and a teal, and then you get the blue and the teal together, and it is just, it is luscious. So I think this would be really pretty for the Linens and Threads one, because I didn't want to do the Linens and Threads with the same kind of color combination that I'm doing the Modern Folk with. I kind of wanted to go the complete opposite of the color wheel. So I think this is going to be really pretty. And I want to order more silk because the new Long Dog, they released 2 of them, but one of the new ones is called Anzac, and it's Australia, New Zealand. Oh my gosh. Virtual Stitchers, of course, has a sale that's going to start with it. I'm probably not going to get started with that one until maybe June or July. But it's got Australia, New Zealand, and it's got all of the creatures and the little critters. And you got platypus. You got a great white shark coming out of the water. Awesome. You got kangaroos. Oh my gosh, the roos. And the koalas. And it's just gorgeous. So I'm thinking of getting either a dark blue or like a really dark royal purple on cream or antique white. Again, I like those 2 colors. But I'm also leaning to, they have a variegated one that is purple, dark purple, dark blue, and I think black. Those 3 colors together. I kind of like the look of that one. I think that one might look really good with all of the things. But if not, I'm just going to go either a really dark royal blue or a dark royal purple. But yeah, I have to start that one because, you know, Virtual Stitchers told me I had to. So, like we had to listen to our mommies when we were little. We grow up and we join Virtual Stitchers, and we have to listen to Virtual Stitchers. Yep, as Jessie Marie fondly says, Virtual Stitchers owns my wallet. And yeah, it's true. Yeah. And I was talking to a fellow Virtual Stitcher yesterday, Jennifer from Kentucky, and she said that doing that Anzac from Long Dog, it almost would be like a tribute to the Aussies and the Kiwis that are a big part of our virtual stitchers family. We have so many from Australia and New Zealand that come and visit us and sit and stitch, and they've just become wonderful friends. So I like that idea. When she said that yesterday, I was like, that is a really good idea. It's a way to connect us with them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it's gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. Harriet, she started hers already, and she's pretty much, she showed it last night, she's pretty much done with, maybe, I think it goes past the platypuses, because the platypuses are on the bottom, and she's almost done with maybe 2 inches, a little more maybe, of the bottom half of it, and oh my god, it looks gorgeous. So yeah, that's a definite. And then Mania, like I said, hopefully I'll be able to get the stuff before May. If not, it'll be a late Mania. But there's going to be Mania involved. I'm hoping to have 6 new starts with 2 wild cards for the occasional, oh, well, we just need to start something, or why not? Why not? Yeah, so I can't handle 10. I can't handle 15. I certainly cannot handle 31. But if I keep it under 8, 10, I think I'm good. What I'd like to do is when I start them, I'd like to work, fit them into as many challenges as I can. If I can't, I'll do alternate stitches with them. But I'd like to work on them anywhere between 3 and 5 days straight once I start it. Just so I can get a good progress. Like Jessie said, she's do the same thing. I think she's doing 3 days for hers, so she can get a good amount of some seeable progress on it before she puts it away. Because I don't think, I mean, they'll come out for challenges, but I don't think they'll be in full rotations right now. But you know, that could change too, because look at Christmas at Akron Hollow, and now the Nellies, and you know, one of the ones that I'm going to start is Prairie Life by Heartstring Samplery. So yeah, I've been wanting to start that one for 2 years, and that was the reason why I started working on Even Weave, because there's 1/1 on that. So I figured, why not? It's time. So that's it for today. I'm hoping it's not going to be a month this time. I'd like to, especially with Mania coming up, I would like to get into a schedule. I may do just weekly, at least for Mania anyway, update videos. They'll be short and sweet. It'll just be progress before, progress now, and leave it at that. It won't be a full-fledged Flosstube. But I'd like to have some sort of update kind of for Mania. But I want to get on a better schedule. Like I said, a lot of it is in how I feel. My back is not good sometimes. And especially sitting in this chair, it's very uncomfortable. So, yeah, I'd like to get on some sort of schedule. I don't know how to edit, or I would, you know, do something like every other day for like 10 or 15 minutes and then piece it all together. But yeah, that could look like a dog's breakfast when it's over, and no, I'm having enough trouble with this. I'll fix the editing stuff some century later. I can just about deal with this now. And I didn't say this at the beginning of the video. I'm so bad. This is Flosstube number 3. But it'll say that in the comments. Yeah. You're lucky you're getting this today. Seriously. I mean, it's going to snow later. We're supposed to get a coating to 1 inch of snow. It's April 16th, people. You know, granted, I don't like summer and I don't like the hot and humid and muggy weather, but we don't need snow in April. Yeesh. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. I've gabbed enough. Probably get tired of hearing me gab, so time for me to go to bed. Time for me to go and get comfortable and go sit and stitch and work on the Nellies some more. So until I see you again, be safe, be well. It's the best we can do right now. But until then, ta-ta.